So Jaron Ennis took to X and said that the truth will come out about, him. Had to make sure my mic was on. Taking tune-ups, and that he pretty much willing to catch the fade, shoot the fade with anybody. The truth will come out soon, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what's the truth? The truth is, we don't know who you fighting. Bushido Boxing said he was fighting a guy I never heard of. It's Rashidi Ellis. Is it the other guy? Is it or Josh Kelly? Is it Charles Conwell coming off of L? I mean, what is the truth? Well, you gonna have Virgil sit down? You gonna trust a Mexican to tell the truth? Maybe you trust an Oscar to tell the truth. Look here, dude. All you gotta do is just, whenever you're ready, man, people gonna forget about this when you go out there and you get your big victory. People gonna forget about this. When you go out there and you win titles and you start slaying dragons and stuff of that nature, people gonna forget about it. And also, he debuts number 1 in the WBC. I speak on that, right? So people gonna forget about it. Ain't no point in going back and forth. Follow the plan. If this is the plan that Eddie laid out for you, despite what we say, the best thing to do is do the Leo Santa Cruz. Just be quiet. Follow the plan. Build. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's time to get those big fights, you'll be ready. You get in those big fights, you ain't ready, and you lose. Oh, I told you he was trash. So at the end of the day, run your race. I was volunteering with the kids and shit a couple weeks ago, and the first thing I told them, I said, y'all gonna look at a lot of these girls, and they're gonna have, or a lot of these guys, because one of the kids was he was beefing with a bigger kid. Now this motherfucking kid was bigger than me, damn near. He was 6'2", 240. Either he was going to high school or he was in the 10th grade, and the other kid was a regular high schooler, 5'8", 5'9". He was going to the 9th grade. He was measuring himself against him, and I was like, man. And it was something with the girl. I said, one thing about it is, run your race. I said, just worry about your race that you're running. I said, I had guys growing up all the time like that was bigger than me, taller than me, all that. But then we got older, I was taller and bigger than them. So I'm like, just run your race, man. Just keep working. And you're gonna see women have these amazing lives when they 18, 19, 20, 25, and don't feel like y'all behind. This focus, I say, y'all best time gonna come when y'all about 35 years old. It's gonna get fun. It was this old. I'm telling you, really ain't. Keep yourself together. But that's what Jaron got to do. Run his way. Don't worry about what motherfuckers like me say. But also, just shut the fuck up. You can't say, well, I'll fight anybody. I'll do this, and I'll throw hands with him, and I'll put him up. And then you turn around, and the plan is a tune-up, and then a big fight. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really do it that way. You feel what I'm saying? So, honestly, just run your race. When you have your big moment and you capitalize on it, these motherfuckers are going to have shit to say. They're going to try to take away from your moment and none of that. But what truth going to come out? You beating them? That's the truth that he got to be talking about, is beating them. That got to be the truth. You beating them. Damn, did I forget that in the house? No, I didn't. Put this in there when I get out. You beating them, that gotta be the truth. So, but yeah, man, I mean, but a lot of what you've been saying ain't been lining up, and that's the problem. Right now you got the title of King Pump Fake. And Eddie Hearn has a history of doing that shit, bro. Eddie Hearn has a long history of doing that. Everything is a pony show. There's a pony show with Eddie Hearn. Everything is a pony show. Everything is a pony show with Eddie Hearn. Every time he get with somebody, whether it's Dillian White, whether it's Anthony Joshua, did he have Regis Progress too or something? It's always some bullshit with him. He is the Better Call Saul of box promoters. If you really don't want to fight somebody, get with Eddie. He manipulates the media on your behalf. And then when he start working with you, he start talking bad about you. That's the only reason working with Eddie Hearn. It makes sense. If you don't want to fight top fights, get with Eddie Hearn. Joshua is the biggest fool's gold in boxing history. He is. Eddie Hearn knew he wasn't shit. He wasn't good enough to hoop. He wasn't good enough to kick a soccer ball. He wasn't good enough to play football. They found the sport. They maneuvered him around the sport. He's a fraud. He's not a fighter. It's only a handful of fighters in boxing to begin with. Bud, Usyk, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Nayu Inoue, Pacquiao, since he acted, I think Donaire still acts. It's not that many not fighters. Errol Spence, he proved it. A lot of these motherfuckers are truly just boxers. They're not fighters. They don't love what they do. They don't do this for the glory. They don't do this because they love to fight. And I don't mean necessarily fighting and not boxing. But guess what? If Usyk got to fight, he gonna fight. If Bud got to fight, we know Bud gonna fight. If Earl showed it, at the end of the day, if Earl getting pummeled, Earl strap his nuts on, he'll fight if he got to fight. Damn, what the fuck is going on? Man, what's going on with these accidents and shit? We were speeding and shit. Oh, man. Every time, I ain't never seen an accident this way, so it must be traffic. Did they let us pass? Yeah, they sure did. I'm trying to figure out, should I get off here? Damn, I'm trying to figure out, should I get off? No re-entry. Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, should I just get off here? I know it's traffic. I don't know. I gotta make a decision. Yesterday, man, I was on the lodge. Oh no, it's an accident. I was on the lodge yesterday, bro. Like, man. The lodge is one of the most dangerous fucking freeways in the history of the Michigan shit. I seen a car flipped over, and I know what happened too. They were probably racing. They had a Durango RT with the Hemi in it, and they was racing. They be racing up these streets, bro, in the city, and they be flipping they shit, man. And what's so sad about Detroit, man, is that I'm gonna tell y'all this about Detroit. What's so sad about it? Y'all ain't gonna believe it, but what's so sad about the city of Detroit is that they're gentrifying it, and they're laying the final pieces to the puzzle to complete the gentrification, right? And and the people don't get out and vote. They don't take pride in their city anymore. They won't vote. And like I said, they don't take pride in their houses anymore. And what's going to happen is they're going to cry, or they gentrified the city. But listen to me when I say this here first and foremost. They deserved it. They deserve it. On my Detroit channel, I'm saying it. I'm calling it out. They deserved it. When you hear people from Detroit cry about, oh, they gentrified Detroit, they deserved it. Detroiters deserve exactly what they got. They too ignorant. They don't take pride in their neighborhoods. They don't take pride in their houses. They don't take pride in their neighborhoods. They don't report crime. They protect criminals. Detroit gonna get everything it got coming. And believe it or not, Atlanta is only 40% black now. So Atlanta is not majority black. Y'all notice the feds came in and got a lot of niggas off the streets. And guess what? The feds coming to Detroit to do the same thing. And I'm with it. Hate to say it. White man got to clean it up. But back to Boots. But yeah, when it's time come, he'll shine. But he also debuted #1 in the WBC rankings. I believe Virgil Ortiz is the interim champion, so that makes sense. Ortiz and Boots for the interim belt, and then Fondora. My thing is, if Fondora didn't want to fight Xander Zayas, that they probably gonna have Fondora drop that belt and move up to 154 pounds, 160 pounds. So if he didn't fight Xander Zayas and ask for a 10-pound rehydration clause, And he not fighting Virgil. He not fighting Boots. Now, somebody also said, and I don't know how true this is, this can be a lie, that Virgil's already having a hard time making 154 pounds. So they're saying Virgil having a hard time making 154. I can believe it too. You know, I can believe it. So we'll see what happens. But Boots probably gonna end up being the champion, or Virgil. And yeah, they probably gonna end up being the champion. And you know, for the most part, Fondor's probably gonna go to 160. You know, Janovic probably gonna be gone. They might do Adames and Fondor. Somebody was trying to get Adames in the ring at 160 for unification. I think it was Janovic. So you'll think, yeah, make Adames and Lara, right? But you know, PBC is hustling backwards. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Join the Patreon. Everything's inside the link tree. Peace.